In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from having no idea to launching your first print-on-demand product that's ready to make sales using Gelato. We're going to cover everything step by step and share some of my own AI methods to simplify and speed up the process. Take a look at this. These are all print-on-demand stores that were launched in the last 6 months or even more recently, and in that short time, they were able to generate thousands of dollars. Now, I'm not telling you this is easy, but I am showing you that this business is real, and it's one of the best businesses you can start today. So if you have no idea what print-on-demand is, let me explain it real quick. Print-on-demand is when you sell physical products like shirts without ever holding inventory. You just create your design, and when someone places an order, you use a supplier like Gelato, who prints and ships the product directly to your customer. And this business model is perfect in my opinion, because it comes with zero risk. You don't need to buy a bunch of products up front, hoping they sell, which means there's also no inventory cost. You don't need to deal with packaging or shipping. The supplier handles the entire process for you. You can launch and test as many designs as you want across different products super fast, and you can sell worldwide with no limits, no matter where you live. So let's kick things off by choosing a product to start with. You see, print-on-demand gives you hundreds of product types, from t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs, to posters, phone cases, and wall art. But that's also the problem. It's overwhelming. So instead of picking randomly, we'll use real data. Let's go to Gelato and check their best sellers category. You'll see the top products people are printing and selling. T-shirts are number 1, followed by posters and other wearables like hoodies. Now let's double check. If we go to Etsy and search something like pet lovers, almost all the top results are shirts and hoodies, meaning this is a high demand product category that people are consistently buying. All right, now that you've got your product picked, it's time for the most important part, choosing a niche. And the niche means the group of people you're targeting with your designs. But here's the truth. If you try to sell to everyone, you'll sell to no one. I came across this simple framework on Gelato's website called Interest Times Aesthetic. Here's a real example on Etsy. Instead of selling a generic cat shirt, this listing targets cat lovers who also love the 90s vintage tattoo style. And it clearly works because it's a bestseller, pulling in over $2,400 a month. Now, if you still have no idea where to start, you can just ask ChatGPT to give you a list of 50 evergreen t-shirt niches that sell year-round with sub-niches included. And as you can see, you'll get solid results, and you'll 100% find something you like in here. So to wrap it up, the whole point of niche selection is to make your product feel like it was made for one specific person, not for everyone. But don't just choose randomly based on what you like. You want to also make sure there's actual demand and that people are spending money in this niche. So let's move on and see how to validate your niche and confirm that people are actually buying it. Let's take the guitar player's niche as an example. And one of my go-to ways to verify is to just go on Etsy and type in your niche, like guitar player gift, or anything related to the audience you're trying to reach. Now, once you hit search, you'll see all the listings that match that keyword. And from here, we start scrolling. So first thing, check if any of these listings have a bestseller badge, or popular now, or Etsy's pick, like this on here, this one, etc. That's Etsy telling you for free that this listing is getting traffic and sales. Next, look at how many reviews the product has. If a listing has a good number of reviews, it usually means it's been performing well. But here's the most important part. Open the listing and sort the reviews by most recent. If you see new reviews coming consistently, that's a really good sign, and it means this product is still active and still selling right now. And that's exactly what you want when validating your niche. Proof that buyers are already spending money in this space. So, after selecting the product and choosing a niche, comes the step that determines if your product is going to sell or not, which is the design. And same as the niche, you don't want to create a random design only because you think it looks cool. Your decision must be based on real, proven data. Or to put it simply, don't try to reinvent the wheel. You see, creating a completely new design might sound cool, but in reality, it would be so much harder to sell compared to a design that is already selling and people like. But the issue is how to recreate an already selling design without directly copying it. Well, here is where the secret framework I call the 4-layer swap method comes in, which is where you take a winning design and change the subject, the action, the setting, or the style, so you keep what works without copying. So, for example, in the guitar player niche we researched earlier, I found this design that's doing pretty well. And it looks like designs where animals are playing guitar are doing good. So let me show you how I apply my method to reverse engineer what's working. I look at the subject first. In this case, the subject is a bear. Then I look at the action. The bear is playing a guitar. Next is the setting. He's sitting on a tree stump, outdoors, very calm nature vibe. And finally, the style. It's a vintage, hand-drawn illustration. So now I'm not looking at this as a bare guitar shirt. I'm looking at it as a structure that's already proven to sell. From here, I can keep what works and swap a few layers to create something new. Like for example, first, I swap the subject. Instead of a bear, I go with a fox. Second, I swap the action. Instead of the fox playing the guitar, I make it tuning the guitar. The setting can stay similar. It's still outdoors, still sitting on a tree stump because that part is clearly working. So now the new idea becomes a fox sitting on a tree stump tuning a guitar. Same vibe targeting the same audience, but it's a completely new design. On top of that, I can also change the style layer, and this alone can create multiple designs from the same idea. For example, I could do this as a vintage engraved illustration like the original, or a clean minimal line art version, or a rough sketch or ink style. Same concept, 3 different products. That's how you scale designs fast without copying and without overthinking. Alright, so before I show you how to use AI to create high quality designs, let's quickly set up our Gelato account because this is basically the core of the business. Like I said earlier, Gelato is the supplier we're going to use to fulfill orders. So once someone buys, they handle the printing and the shipping for us. So just click the first link in the description, finish the simple sign-up process, and that'll take you to your Gelato dashboard, which we'll explore more as we go. And before we connect our store, let's check the product catalog to see what Gelato offers. So here you can see different categories like best sellers, new arrivals, personalized favorites, and so on. And on the left side, the catalog is also split into different product types. For example, if we open men's clothing, you'll find basic shirts like the Gildan 5000, plus a bunch of other options. They also have premium products from known brands like Under Armour and Nike, which you can customize and sell at a higher price point. And it's not just clothing. You've also got wall art products. So you have regular framed posters, but also more unique options like aluminum or wood prints, which can really help you stand out. And you also have things like calendars, phone cases, mugs, bottles, photo books, and a lot more. So yeah, there's honestly a lot of different products we can work with here. And one of the main reasons why I genuinely love Gelato is that they have over 140 production hubs across 32 countries, which means way faster delivery. And around 90% of orders get delivered within 5 days, compared to the industry average of 7 to 14 days, which is honestly huge. You'll notice that under each product, you can see how many locations it's available in. Like this one here, it's available in 54 locations and can be shipped worldwide. So what you can do is use these filters up here to select a specific shipping region, and Gelato will show you products that can be shipped there. But before you can actually sell and ship anything, you must connect your store first. And that can be done in one click inside Gelato. So from the left side menu, click on Stores. From here, you can connect Gelato to pretty much every major platform, including the main ones like Shopify and Etsy. Now, which platform you choose is totally up to you. Personally, I recommend Etsy, mainly because you can rely a lot on free traffic. So to connect your store, just click Connect, then sign into your Etsy account. If you don't have one yet, you can literally open one in a few minutes. After that, just click Grant Access, and that's it. Your store is now successfully connected to Gelato, which means it's finally time to publish our first product. So from the product catalog, we're going to choose the product we want to sell. I'll go with this Gildan t-shirt here, since it's one of the most popular and affordable options to start with. You can see the base cost is $9.59, plus $4.99 for shipping. If you use my link, you will get 50% off your first order anyway. However, if you have Gelato Plus, it's going to be cheaper. So I definitely recommend activating the free trial since it also comes with other benefits. Now just click Add to Store and select your connected Etsy store. At this point, you can start customizing the product before publishing it. On the left side, you'll see different options that we'll go through shortly. Starting with the Product tab. This is where you choose the colors you want to offer in your store. Same thing with sizes here. We have multiple options to offer. I don't recommend offering too many colors because that can overwhelm the customer. And right here is where we click to upload the design that we want printed on the shirt. Now, this part is usually the hardest for a lot of people because it used to require design skills. So let me show you how to create designs using AI, even if you have zero design skills. And the tools I recommend are either ChatGPT Images or Nano Banana Pro. Those two are currently the best when it comes to prompt accuracy and following detailed instructions. So let's start with ChatGPT, and I'll show you the easiest way to recreate winning designs using reference images. First, take a screenshot of the winning design you want to recreate. In my case, it's this bear design here. Then, attach that image in ChatGPT and give it a simple prompt. I want to reverse engineer this design and turn it into a completely new one while keeping the same visual style and overall concept. Then, I write my new idea. For example, a fox sitting on a tree stump tuning a guitar. After that, I add a final instruction link. Match the same style as the reference, but do not copy or recreate the original elements. Deliver the final design on a transparent background. Once we hit enter, ChatGPT starts creating, and in a matter of seconds, we already have this professional-looking design that's clearly inspired by the original, but still completely new. From here, you can also use follow-up prompts to tweak things even more. I can attach the new design and ask ChatGPT to change the art style to something like a minimal black line art style. And just like that, I get another version of the same design. It's honestly kind of crazy how fast that was. Now let's recreate a design that's a bit more complex and actually includes text, which until a few months ago was almost impossible to do properly with AI. So first, I'll attach the design and ask ChatGPT to give me an exact written prompt that can be used to recreate it. In seconds, we get back a full prompt that we can then edit to change the design elements, the text, or anything else we want. Next, we head over to Nano Banana Pro and paste in that prompt. I'll choose vertical as the aspect ratio, set the quality to 4K, and hit create. And again, in just a few seconds, we get back this really clean, high-quality design. Something like this would normally take a few hours to make if you're a complete beginner. But here, all we did was paste a text prompt and let the AI do the work. So now that we have our design ready, let's jump back into Gelato and finish publishing our product. So to add the design, just click here and upload the design you created. Now make sure the design fits the print area properly. You can drag it around, scale it up or down, and adjust it until it looks right. On the left side, you also have the text tab where you can manually add text to your design. So if I wanted to add some text to this design, I could easily do that from here, and then change things like the font style, text placement, size, and so on. It's all pretty simple in one place. And if your design doesn't have a transparent background, you can simply go to Effects and remove the background directly inside Gelato, which honestly saves a lot of time. If you click on Preview, you can also see how the final product is going to look. Once everything looks good, just continue to move on to the next step, which is mockups. So in this step, you basically choose the mockups you want to use in your listing. Gelato offers a bunch of free mockups, and if you're on Gelato Plus, you'll get access to even more options. They also have this magic mockups feature, which lets you generate brand new mockups using AI. You'll see a few pre-written prompts here, but let's write our own and see what we get. I'll go with something like cozy bakery flat, lay with cookies, flour, and soft natural light on a wooden table, with the t-shirt centered clearly in the middle of the frame, and then just hit generate. As you can see, the results are actually really good, and it only took a few seconds. From here, you can add the mockup you like to your collection and click continue to move on to the next step. So this step right here is one of the most important ones, which is adding the product title and description. The title and description are important because they help people actually find your product through Etsy search. Now, my usual approach is to check what competitors are doing, look at their titles and descriptions, and then do something similar, but Gelato makes this way easier for us. If we click the Generate with AI button here, all we need to do is give a short description of the product we're selling and hit generate. In just a few seconds, Gelato will create a solid title and description for us, and it will also generate the right tags, which are super important for helping people discover your listing. Once that's done, just click apply, and that part is basically taken care of. Alright, so let's move on to the final step, which is pricing. This table shows you the product cost, the shipping cost, and your estimated profit based on the retail price you set. So for example, if I set the retail price to $24.99, I'll be making around $15 in profit. In the beginning, I recommend pricing a bit lower, just until you get a few sales and some reviews. Once you're done, click Continue to Review, and if everything looks good, hit Publish. And just like that, the product is now published on Etsy and connected to Gelato. So if we head over to the Etsy store, you'll see the product live and ready to sell. So once you get an order on Etsy, it's automatically sent over to Gelato in the order section, where it gets fulfilled for you. And a quick tip here, I always recommend ordering a sample of your product just to check the quality yourself and see how it looks in real life. Now, Gelato also has a few other powerful features that I love. One of them is the ability to add your design to multiple products at once. So if we click here on Add Product to Store, you can choose multiple products. What you do is upload your design once, and then you'll be able to select all the different products you want to publish it on. Up here, you have all the categories. You just pick the products you want, hit Continue, and then follow the same steps we went through earlier to publish them to your store. This is huge because you can upload one design to multiple products really fast, which obviously increases your chances of making sales. Another feature Gelato offers to help boost your business is branded packaging. This means you can add a branded sticker on the box next to the shipping label, or even include a personalized card inside the package. You can activate this with one click, and it makes your brand look way more professional. So if you're serious about implementing what you learned in this video, make sure to use my link to try Gelato for free and get 50% off your first orders. I wish you all the best and good luck.